Hello dear students, this is Mansi Patel from Samarpan Gyan School, and today we are going to study refraction in the spherical mirror. Okay, so before that let's just check out some rules, some important rules for understanding refraction by spherical mirror image formation. Before that, let's just more understand convex and concave lens. Okay, so here student, you can see a convex lens. The convex lens is made of two sphere 1 and this one sphere 2. So sphere 1 and sphere 2, so they both have center of curvature. Understood? So let's just take it center 1, center 2, center of curvature 1 and center of curvature 2. The lens, the convex lens is made from two sphere. It's a part of this two sphere. Okay, here you can see O, that is center of this convex lens. Here from this part, okay, from center of curvature to O, this part, that is called radius of curvature R. You can represent it by R1. Look student, this convex lens is very small in actual life. It just look like this only, a very small. So it does not important that this line will go through it or here anywhere. Okay, so you can see this line also, center of radius of curvature R2. Okay, students, you can see a middle line passing through it. What is called? Okay, I hope you getting, this is principal axis. Okay, so here it is a principal axis, and so the both principal axis side there is a focus. So in this mirror there are two focus, f1 and f2. F1 that is primary focus and f2 that is secondary focus. F1 for first sphere and f2 for second sphere. Okay, let's just example f1 and f2. This f1 and f2 both we need to understand, okay, in ray diagram, image formation by this lens. So this is very important term. In case of this, you can see the distance f1 might be here, so this distance is called to be 2f1. 2f1 means the distance are doubled. If this is f1, so it is 2f1. If it is f2, then here it is 2f2. Okay, so this is all about the important terms. One more important term, that is aperture. You can see students, this is lens starting point and this, so this is its aperture. In syllabus wise it is not so important, but in real life student it is very important. I hope you heard this word aperture. I want big aperture lens or camera. Okay, for mobile camera or any camera for photography, the aperture should be big. Okay, if the aperture should be big, then more rays can pass through it, more rays. And how many more rays the pass through from the aperture, then our image, our photo, okay, our click, that is more clear, that is more good. Okay, so it is aperture, and how much big it is, then that much big and that much clear your photo also. So it is called aperture. The same terms we are going to follow in concave also, but the sphere are like this here, the sphere. Okay, So here it is the sphere, here also the same center of curvature, same principal axis. Oh, everything is completely same, just like it, but only the difference is in concave it is like this, but in convex it is separated. That is the all difference is about. Understood? So here it is some basic term for doing ray diagram much better way. Okay, so before that let's just go for the rules. There are 3 rules, students. 3 rules in both, for both spherical mirror, that is concave and convex. For both spherical mirror there are 3 rules. Okay, the first rule is, you can see here, the first rule is, student, ray which is parallel to principal axis. Here it is a convex lens, okay, and here is a principal axis. The ray is parallel to principal axis like this. Please draw ray till here only, because from here it will refracted. Okay, so you can draw it till principal parallel to principal axis. After refraction will pass through principal focus. Okay, so now you understand this is f1 primary focus, f2 secondary focus. Same you can draw f1 primary focus, f2 secondary focus. If I want to go more, then it will become 2f1 and here it is 2f2, but no needed here. Okay, so when your incident ray, because light of source is here, so your incident ray passes parallel to the principal axis, then it will pass through the principal focus in case of convex lens. So here it is convex lens, here it is a principal focus, so it will pass through this refracted. Okay, and what about concave? So same, your principal axis is here only, parallel to principal axis, your incident ray, so it appear to pass focus. So what happened here, because it is diverged, this ray will diverge like this, but it appears to us that it cross principal focus. Okay, but it actually diverged, but we feel that it crossed this, it appears. Okay, our second rule is, ray pass through or direct to the focus will emerge parallel to principal axis. So f1, f2, f1, f2. Now what happened actually, it passed from focus and then it goes like this. When ray pass from the focus, it goes like this, parallel to principal axis after refracting. It is just opposite to this, student. First rule and second rule are both parallel actually. When your incident ray is parallel to principal axis, is passed from focus. When your incident ray is passed from focus, then it parallel to principal axis. Okay, so it is like this. In same thing here happen. What happened? So here is your incident ray. Now it will go here, but it appears that it cross it, the principal focus. Just like it, when is parallel to the principal axis, it diverged, and you feel that it passed the focus. When it passed to the focus, you feel that it like parallel, but it goes this way. And the last rule, student, for this, that is ray direct to the optical center, that is O. When ray pass through the optical center, will emerge out underived. Underived means what? Let's see. When it pass to optical, it underived. Same thing happen here. When it pass through the optical, you can draw with the scale, student, because from one hand I hold the camera, I'm not so comfortable, so it divert. In both the cases, when pass through the optical, it will divert. So this is image formation in the lens ray diagram rules. Okay, I hope you clear about these rules. Tomorrow we are going to do image formation by concave and convex mirror at different positions, like at infinity position. Remember we did with the mirror also. So at infinite position, if the light ray came, what happened? Okay, what we do it at beyond f2, what happened with the ray, what is the position of object, what is the position of image, how is the nature of, like, real, inverted, diminished, whatever it is, at f1, then after near, then after near, then after here. So we're going to do it tomorrow, but before that this rule should be and very clear about this also. Okay, so thank you.